Chino Hill's undefeated record was the stuff of legend, and the very next season it kept going until it came crashing down and perfection was broken. And most people said that was because Lonzo left and had to pass the buck to his younger brother Melo and Jello.
All I know is y'all didn't win nothing without me.
And this notion was widely accepted because at the time, people held Lonzo in such high regards.
Probably the most phenomenal passer I've seen in high school basketball. He's the first guy I've ever seen make a post feed from 80 feet. I've never seen that in a player.
But while the world was captivated by Lonzo's passing, they seemed to forget who was catching those passes and converting. So LaMelo and Jello felt confident they could do it without him.
Melo, do you miss having all three of you there this year?
No. I mean, I get more shots this year.
And they started proving they could get the job done without Lonzo.
LaMelo's 92-point game came just weeks after LiAngelo put up 72 points in an outing.
People wondered where the team would get Lonzo's lost points, but LaMelo and Jello had it covered. The previous year, Lonzo won All-Area Player of the Year, and Jello stepped right up into his shoes, averaging 34 points. Let's talk about the reason they lost. But first, let's talk about who they lost to. They lost to Oak Hill, which is a prep school, and if you know anything about prep schools, you know these are historically the best teams. These are like the all-stars of the high school circuit. This is where the kids come from out of state to attend. LaMelo attended a prep school, Aspire, you know what they are, but Chino Hills was a regular high school, and LeVar had completely turned that program around to be the most competitive. Chino Hills was up in this game at halftime by 10 points. And if you're familiar with Chino Hills, you know 10 points at halftime is a landslide because they would run their opponents until they were exhausted and kill them in the fourth quarter. So why didn't they do better in the second half than they do in the first half? What happened to change things around in this game? Halfway through the third quarter, the All-Area Player of the Year suffers an ankle injury that would alter his entire career. The damage to an already injured ankle just went up to another level. This is bad. Really bad. And LiAngelo knows it. Right then and there, Oak Hill could have started popping champagne, because little did they know, that was the moment they won the game. The first step in Chino Hills making other teams play at their speed was LiAngelo's defensive trap. But with his ankle now overly taped up and in excruciating pain, this team was now able to do what no other team could do, just run past LiAngelo ball with no effort. The Chino Hills speed was now neutralized and they could easily make a play. The ever-persevering LiAngelo Ball did finish the game, but he was only a shell of himself limping up the court. And the LeVar Ball system that reigned supreme for the last 60 games was finally broken. The feared 34-point-a-game sniper was reduced to only 25 points this game. And so the legend still goes in Chino Hills that the Ball brothers almost created 2 perfect seasons in a row. LaMelo tried to finish out the game and put on some razzle-dazzle, and he made some nice shots, but in the end he couldn't bring it home. Without LiAngelo on the defensive end, at this point they were trading buckets while they were down, and that's never gonna get you a win. They played 7 more games and won 5 of them. They ended with a record of 30-3, all because of LiAngelo going down. This injury would plague him for the rest of the season, actually the rest of his teenage years. The question is, had this injury never taken place and they went undefeated, would they then have put more respect on LiAngelo's name? Or would they have given all the credit to LaMelo? Would they have said LiAngelo led the best team in the nation? Would they have given him more stars on his recruiting card? Not sure, but one thing I do know, we should never let it be said that Lonzo leaving Chino Hills is the reason they couldn't go undefeated. I'm your host, Ball Facts, the most loved and hated. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ball Facts again. Peace.